I'ma tell you something. Whatever it is, whatever it takes, if I can't take my 2 hands to earn it, or my brain, then I don't deserve it.
Samore Love Bugs, you have now tuned in to my haves and have-nots recap. Guys, happy new year to each and every one of you guys. I know some of you have been emailing me like, yo, what's up? You're not doing any videos over here. But like I did say, I did take a little bit of a break, but now we're back in heavy rotation. I'm gonna see how many of you guys enjoy this. If you do, then I'll keep this on rotation. We're definitely gonna have our Real Housewives of Atlanta back on Sunday. And of course, once Empire comes, that's gonna be another show that we're going to add into the rotation. Well, back on the roster. And I think Bad Girls Club is coming up soon. I'm thinking about it. Not sure if I'm really gonna do it or not. We'll see. And Mob Wives is gonna be the last season, so I'm definitely looking forward to reviewing or recapping that one. Okay, so let's get right into this recap, you guys. So poor Jeffrey, he is like freaking out. He's going nuts because they just killed Quincy. And yeah, they have like blood splattered all over them. Quincy's on the floor. They stabbed him multiple times. So what Jeffrey's trying to do is he's trying to just like call the cops and just get everything over and done with. But Candace knows better. She's like, what we did is called overkill. We stabbed him multiple times and they're not going to look at it as self-defense. I mean, that part, I don't know if the part where they stabbed him several times could probably be like, okay, did y'all really have to do that? So it could, and then her track record isn't the best. She has people that would probably go against her in the court of law. Not even her own mother might defend her. So a lot of the odds are really against her. Even if he gets vindicated or whatever, she's probably still gonna go to jail. So, and they're probably gonna blame everything on her, especially his, well, then again, I was gonna say especially his mom, but Veronica has it out for both of them right now, so she'd probably try to get both of them locked up. You know, use some of her strings and get them both locked up. So she's trying to get him to calm down, gives him like a little swig of something to drink. Like, yo, chill out. You need to relax real quick. Jeffrey then, like I said, he went ahead to go, literally he called the police and she had to like snatch up the phone from him and be like, yo, what are you doing? So then she throws the phone into the, what's that thing called? A garbage disposal? Is that what it's called? We don't really have those up here in New York unless you got it custom built in your house or whatever. But my friend was telling me that in like, she used to live in Florida and they always had that in all the buildings or all the apartments or whatever, all the houses. I'm like, girl, we don't know nothing about that up here. We throw stuff in the garbage. You put stuff in the freaking sink, you gonna get a beating over here. But yeah, she ended up putting it down in there and now his phone is like destroyed. And he was like, yo, why did you do that to my phone? She was like, because they can track the signal. And that's true, because I remember I called the police trying to help somebody out one day. I think the guy was dead on the ground in the train station. Well, he looked like he was dead. Everybody was just walking over him. That's how it is in New York. So I called the police and they're like, oh, would you like to leave your name and all that information? I'm like, no. Tell me why the people have called me back. I had my number blocked, you know? I didn't give them any information and they straight up called me back to try to ask me questions. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, I learned from that day. It's not always good to try to help people. So following that, they show Catherine and Veronica. They're being booked, locked away. They're in the beginning stages. I don't know, bookings, is that what it's called? And they're getting everything taken, like stripped down, searched and all that. And it's funny because they had a scene where they told Veronica she had to remove her hair. And Catherine's like, her hair? That is her real hair. What are you talking about? So then she had to do one of these real quick and kind of take it off. I ain't gonna take off my hair because y'all might be snapshotting me. I mean, I don't got too much shame because my other channel I always do it, but you know, it's a time and place. But yeah, she done had to do the black girl. She had the black girl set it off type of braids. Queen Latifah style. You know, straight back. No kind of styling there at all. And then she looked at Catherine and Catherine was like, well, this is my hair. You know, I was like, shade or no shade, y'all. I always said shade, just a little bit. And it's funny because a lot of times I had this girl and she was Caucasian, right? She was white. And every time, you know, I had on a wig, she'd always be like, oh my God, I love your hair. Where did you get it done? Or something like that. And I'm like, girl, it's a wig. She's like, oh my God, no, it's not. It looks like it's growing out of your head. I'm just like, girl, you don't know me by now. You know what I mean? And it be other people that do that too. It baffles me sometimes. Like, girl. I mean, at least it's good that they're not just automatically assuming like, okay, your hair is fake, you know? So yeah, and it's like the correction officer, she had it out for them because like every time they would say something, she's like, okay, so now you're getting cavity search. Okay, make sure you take everything off. You know, like she just was being real stanky dank. I'm like, Veronica gonna come. I didn't even say her name right. Veronica, she gonna come after you, honey. She gonna come after your job. So you better watch out. I wouldn't be surprised. Maggie Day, she's trying to come up with a plan to throw everyone on the bus except for David because that's her man and she's going to, well, in her head. And she's going to show him that she's a good woman and she's down for him. She's going to get him out of prison. And on top of that, she's going to make sure that she has everything off of him. She's putting everything on top of Jim and Veronica and saying that maybe even them two had something going on. Like she's making that story hot, like a hot tamale, honey. And I think the only one that's probably gonna look good from this, well, the two people that's gonna look good from this, which are pretty much the two best people out of this whole little quadruple thing that they got going on, is homegirl over here is Catherine and David. So I guess she's kind of saving the two people that actually have nothing to do with this. So Maggie know what she's doing. Wyatt, he talks to the attorney general and kind of just tells her that he got to be out of there by the time they come back. He's supposed to be going into hiding. She said she's gonna put him in a one of those houses, a safe house type of thing. And he did kind of mention that he has an inheritance, but he's not able to get it, and it's not from his parents. His parents are just holding on to it because of the drug issue that he had. The same thing was with Amanda, where because of her mental illness, they were holding on to the money. I'm like, so when are they gonna ever get the money? You know what I'm saying? Like, do they have to prove that they're healthy, they're good, they're wise in order to be able to get the money, or you gotta wait till your parents actually kick over in order to be able to get the money? So I mean, I could see why they wouldn't give it to him right away, because if you have a drug problem, you're probably gonna just use it up on drugs and alcohol and just blow it all doing nothing that's gonna make sense or that's going to benefit him in the long run. So that kind of, I get it, okay, I get it. But yeah, and when he tells the attorney general that, she says she's going to give him some kind of drug test that she administers herself, and she's gonna try to help him if he can prove that he is no longer has a drug problem. My thing is this: he lucky because at the end of the day, he was drinking alcohol heavy not too long ago. But the thing about it is that he wasn't actually taking drugs, not from what I seen. So, you know, alcohol, it pees out of your system, girl. You know, just drink a little water, you good. Next day, you know, by tomorrow, it's all gone. Nobody don't know that you was drinking, unless you're a constant alcoholic where it gets to the point where you start smelling it out of their pores. Like, that's when you know it's bad. But for him, he had like 1 or 2 days where he just went out of control, and he probably drank a lot of water, got back on track. So for that, you can't really tell unless she got some kind of special test that she got. I don't know. But that's what's going down with him. They're trying to find Jeffrey, but unfortunately nobody can find him. Nobody knows where he is because his phone is broken. His phone is dead. It's in the garbage disposal. David and Jim, their little alliance that they had going down, their bromance is like falling apart because David knows that Jim is out to get Veronica, and he doesn't play that. You know, he's ride or die for his girl. He don't play that, honey. So, yeah, he love her unconditionally, boy. I mean, that woman could drag his face on the pavement and he'll still be like, baby, I love you. You know, I understand. It's okay. You had to do what you had to do. We back on this. Let's work on our marriage. Like, that's the type of dude he is right now. A good man. You know, he knows all these things that she's done, she probably will do, but he still ride or die for her. I mean, I don't know why. I'm like, just go to Maggie. You know, just go. I mean, it's not, I feel like it's not really worth it. Because evidently she doesn't care enough about the relationship to respect it. Even before she thought he was cheating, she was being so nasty all the time. She's being so rude, condescending. So, I mean, she doesn't deserve somebody like him. That's what I feel. That's just my little 2 cents into that little tidbit right there. So, yeah, they look like they're about to fall apart. He's just talking about, yo, if you do something to hurt my wife, you're going to see an enemy like you have never, ever seen in your whole entire life. Don't play with me, boy. Meanwhile, Benny, he's trying to get his mother to move into that house, and he tells her that certain things are legit, like his business. They can have enough money to pay the bills, but she's like, the devil is in that house. I'm not moving into that house. No, not I. And, but he is like, yo, it's because you're used to struggling, so you think that struggling is okay, and it's not. You know, you don't have to struggle if you don't need to. And I feel like that's an issue that a lot of people from the hood, they grow up with. You know, that's why when they get money, they blow money so quickly, because it's like, woo, make it rain, instead of making it invest into something that is going to be beneficial to their future. And then it's all gone as fast as it came. Or others, they feel like there's nothing more than what they see around them, you know, and it kind of relates to the same thing that Benny was telling his mother. I think she's kind of thinking about it because the whole fact that she has little Q and they're in a hotel, she has to show that she lives somewhere and she is able to provide and take care of him. Otherwise, he's going to go to foster home. I think that's going to make her push her pride aside, because her pride is the thing that's holding her back right now, because she's so convinced that the devil's in the apartment and, I mean, in the house, and, you know, she didn't earn it, she didn't work for it, and it's Candace that's giving her it, and Candace is full of the devil and all them things there. So, of course, she's not going to want to do it. So Candace, she's asking Jeffrey to help her get the body up, wrap it up, and do everything else that she needs to do. And he's just freaked out once again. He's running all over the house. He runs upstairs. They take an awkward shower together. I was just like, what? Like, who does that? I don't take showers with my best friend. Like, it's weird. But yeah, they took a shower together. And then he sees some lights. And me, being Miss Optimistic, I'm like, oh, maybe that's Benny with his tow truck coming or something. No. They showed it coming attractions for the next one, and yeah, it's a real police officer. So they gonna have to get it together. And the nosy neighbor looked like she telling something too, talking about there was 2 guys over there. Where's the other guy? What? Why don't you see? That's the problem with some neighbors. They don't mind their business. They want to tell you. They want to say too much. Nobody asked you anything. And if they did, I don't know you like that. So don't be putting my business on blast. You know. But yeah, you guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this recap. Let me know what you thought about this episode down below. What shows are you watching this new year? I'm going to be also watching that Brandy show, but I'm not going to do a recap on it because it's a regular show and I don't do too many regular shows just because, like you can see, to take a little more work. I mean, have to kind of remember the character names and stuff because it doesn't pop up on the screen like the reality TV shows. You know, every 5 minutes they showing a name. That helps me to kind of remember it. But, yeah, All right. Yeah, so let me know what shows you're watching, how was your new year, and all those other good things. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Later.